Hello, I'm Kyle Dodgen, and I'm a senior at Metropolitan State University of Denver. I'm majoring in human nutrition and dietetics, and I'll be applying for the Aramark Dietetic Internship for the spring 2021 match. The most recent opportunity that I've had to take initiative and go above and beyond what was expected of me is in my current position at Food Ready AI. My first solo job was through a bottled water company, and the owner of the company was having a hard time utilizing our technology. Food Ready AI is a software company that, yes, provides services like writing a comprehensive HACCP plan, but it was developed to maintain and verify the policies and procedures of that plan. So utilizing the tech is vital to maximizing the potential of the service. I could see the client's frustration escalating very quickly, and I intervened outside of the scope of my job description. As an independent contractor, I am simply there to write the HACCP plans and not obligated to provide customer service or consultation. And by reaching out, I was able to help the client understand the technology as well as help them upload some of the necessary files. I was able to finalize their HACCP plan over weeks of communication through email, Zoom, and phone. And as a result of my intervention, the client upgraded their subscription to Food Ready and utilizes it every day to maintain the company's policies and procedures, as well as verify any of the critical control points that I've identified within their HACCP plan. In the restaurant industry, there are many opportunities every day to build rapport with a multitude of different people, and I pride myself on providing knowledgeable, consistent, and personal service, which gains me many high-profile regulars here in Denver while working at Izakaya Den. Izakaya Den is a internationally acclaimed Japanese sushi and sake restaurant here in Denver. I specifically remember one night where a couple sat in my section at the peak of my service. It was a very busy Saturday night during the summer, and I would later come to know them as James and Catherine. Catherine had many food sensitivities, as well as a very particular palate in knowing what flavors, textures, and oil content of fish that she enjoyed. In Izakaya Den, we have many ingredients for one complex dish, and most of those are not recognized by the average diner, and many contain allergens. So dealing with food sensitivities can be a tricky situation in that restaurant. And they also, Izakaya Den also prides itself on building flavor from lightest to heavier flavors throughout the meal, as well as alternating cold dishes like sashimi with warm dishes like the miso-glazed black cod. I was able to clear up and deal with some pressing matters with the rest of my guests, which I told Catherine would take me a little bit of time, and I may not be back to her table as timely as she would expect, but the trade-off would be undivided attention to make her evening perfect. I was able to clear up about 10 or 15 minutes specifically for her, and she appreciated the disclosure and was very willing to wait. We were able to select choices for her that not only kept her safe, but satisfied her particular palate. This couple would continue to come into the restaurant and sit in my section specifically over the next couple of years. And I went on to throw private parties for Catherine and her girlfriends, and we later built a friendship. This was successful in more than one way, but first, I was able to hold my composure and provide excellent service in a calm demeanor to a large group of people due to my knowledge of food preparation and ingredients. Second, I was able to please a guest with specific needs while keeping her safe, which is very important. Third, I was able to boost the restaurant's sales by highlighting our most prized dishes, which are higher-end products that Catherine enjoyed, but also were allergen-free. And finally, I turned this guest into one of the regulars that is most coveted in the restaurant industry. One strength that I take great pride in is the ability to generate new ideas and continue to think creatively. In my experience as a teaching assistant for herbal medicine, my supervisor, Dr. Kelsey Asplin, and I found ourselves caught off guard by the COVID-19 pandemic, as many did. I found myself developing a hybrid-style course to a lab-based curriculum that already existed. I had to find ways to provide high-level education to those who could make it to campus, as well as those who were self-isolating at home. It was through my creativity and my ability to collaborate with my supervisor that we implemented a class with 1/3 of the class in one classroom, another third in a second classroom, and roughly a third from home. We connected these 3 different classes together through Zoom on large lecture screens within the rooms. At the beginning of the semester, I measured and labeled all of the ingredients for each lab and grouped them and prepared them for students to pick them up so that they could do their labs at home. Together, Dr. Kelsey and I gave lectures, demonstrated herbal medicine-making skills, and conducted labs from 2 rooms and locations across Colorado. Throughout this experience, I also developed standard operating procedures for the class that follow the CDC's guidelines to sanitation so that our class could continue throughout the entire semester. You may have noticed in my portfolio and resume that I hold a great amount of space for compassionate ways to provide food access to those who need assistance. This has also been demonstrated in my volunteer work with Project Angel Heart, a local nonprofit in Denver that provides cooked medically tailored meals to those with HIV, diabetes, renal failure, and other chronic illness. Aramark demonstrated a similar appreciation for compassion when they helped the victims of Hurricane Katrina in 2005. I believe the Aramark internship will help me develop skills that I can take into my community to help enrich the lives of those around me and nourish those who are battling circumstances that limit food access and equality. Furthermore, Aramark will allow me to stay in Denver, near my family, and complete rotations and coursework within the community that I will serve. This will bring a sense of pride and strengthen the connections I already have in my own community. Finally, given the opportunity, I would be excited to work towards my Master's of Science in Human Nutrition and Dietetics through the University of Alabama so that I might further my knowledge and continue my mission to enable Denver's communities to thrive. I know the expenses associated with a dietetic internship can be difficult to manage and may prevent potential interns from applying. If I'm matched with the Aramark dietetic internship, I would apply to the Masters of Human Nutrition through the University of Alabama. This would provide me the opportunity to collect financial aid and apply for scholarships to reduce the immediate burden of the internship. Additionally, my husband and I have been preparing for the past 3 years for this, and he's at a point in his career where he's able to provide for our family while I persist in my dream to become a registered dietitian.